Okay, well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Seneca County Board of Commissioner meeting. Today's Thursday, May 8th, 2025. It's 10 in the morning. This is our regular weekly meeting, and we'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Anybody? Yeah. Okay, Commissioner Frankfurt will lead us in a brief prayer.
Yep, please pray with me. Dear Heavenly Father, as we are upon planting season, we appreciate all the rain, but we can also ask for a slowdown of that a little bit so we all can get in our
Amen.
get our fields planted, our flowers and everything. But also please look over us as we make decisions for the best for our constituents in Seneca County. In your name we pray. Amen.
Okay. Amen. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Paradiso,
Here.
Commissioner Frankert,
Here.
Commissioner Busdecker.
Here.
Okay, so at this time, I'll accept a motion to approve the digital audio recording of our previous board session last week, May 1st, 2025.
I would like to make the motion.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, roll call, please.
Commissioner Busdecker.
Yes.
Commissioner Frankert,
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso.
Yes. Okay, minutes approved. Kind of a brief,
I think we got back up there. I can't because I was not here.
You
I
cannot.
second
Exactly, you are absolutely right.
Right, so you
I'll second that.
Okay.
Do we need to go ahead, take the roll call?
Yeah,
Make it
we'll vote again.
official?
Yeah,
Commissioner Busdecker.
Yes.
Do I call?
Yes.
Okay, Commissioner Frankert,
abstain.
Commissioner Paradiso.
Yes, got excused absence last week, so
Correct.
thank you for the correction. Jeez,
That's a good point.
I'm impressed.
Back to your FFA days. All right.
Pretty good. Robert's rules, the whole thing, that was good. That was real good. Okay, moving on with our agenda. We will not have executive session. We sent out the first agenda, we've tweaked things.
Yep.
And so we just, we have the Master Gardeners here today for their update. I see we prayed for we have rain, now we want the flowers to start coming. So with that, welcome, Master Gardeners, come on up. And floor is yours. Steve, you've been here a few times, so but please introduce yourself go from there.
Okay. Yeah, Charlie, you'll be
You
first.
guys are good, thank you.
Okay. Yeah. And my name's Steve DeTillion, and I'm in my 5th year with the Master Gardeners, and I am the publicity chairperson for the Seneca County Master Gardener Association. I'm here today with Sharon and Charlie to talk about some of the events for 2025 that we've already had, which we have interacted with the public, and a couple of the events we got coming up that we'd like to promote here. Now, April has been a pretty busy month for us, actually. On April 19th at the Seneca County Fairgrounds, we had a container gardening workshop. And at the workshop, Seneca County Agriculture and Natural Resource Educator Presley Burma spoke about the progression and the update on the spotted lanternfly, and also gave a very informative presentation on container gardening information. Now, after Presley's presentation, then our own Master Gardeners, Jane Stive and Donna Good, directed a hands-on segment of the event where they actually we were teaching and getting all the participants involved with the event, and they planted during it and at the end of it they planted their own little flower pot there. And this is some of our Master Gardeners here interacting with the event. It was a pretty good turnout too for the public and for our own Master Gardeners. Now, between April 20th and April 26th was considered National Master Gardener Week, and we celebrated that by having Ask a Master Gardener volunteer booth at 2 of our local stores. On April 26th, in the morning, we was at the Tiffin Lowe's store and had a 2-hour information booth and then later we went to Tiffin Tractor Supply, and there they put us right in front of their checkout counter, and we've seen everybody that went out, and they talked to us all for a good 2 hours. It was the same thing. We had a Master Gardener volunteer booth, and gave a lot of horticultural handouts also. And on April 27th, we celebrated Earth Day at the Franciscan Earth Literacy Center, which again, we had our Ask a Master Gardener volunteer booth, as well as we had an arts and crafts section for children, where we made our soil buddies. Now, coming up on June 8th, and I do have a flyer here, I can pass it around here. We just coming up with some of this. We are going to have, the Seneca County Master Garden Association will join the Ohio State University of Seneca County in presenting an open to the public educational event featuring Ohio Association of Gardening Club certified judge Kathleen Nelson. And at this event, participants will learn how to traditionally do their own flower designs and how to exhibit their flowers in competitive events at the county fairs. So the next big event we got coming up here is our annual plant sale, which will be the 26th annual plant sale. We've got, it'll be on May 17th and May 18th at the Tiffin Flea Market at the Seneca County Fairgrounds. And the hours will be Saturday 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., Sunday 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Now, last year's plant sales, we sold over 900 plants to over 300 customers. Now, our location will be the same as it was at the last flea market. It's classified as sections E1, E2, E3, and the visitors are advised to after they enter the main entrance, follow the walking path on the north side of the Farm Bureau building, and the path will take you right into our plant sale tent. Now, I got Charlie up first here. Well, we're going to talk about some of the behind-the-scenes stuff that you really, give people an idea of what actually goes into this plant sale. And but it's a very big event for us. I think the last I checked, we have 44 members. A few of them might be semi-active, but everybody really kind of gets into this in one way or another. We're actually right in the middle of it right now. We're actually closing in on the final touches for the plant sale. And so it's a good 4 to 6 weeks of working out in the cold. It's not always warm in April. So Charlie, I'll give you you want to hit this? You want me to click it?
You can click it.
All right. All right.
Yeah, I'm Charlie Huth. I've been Master Gardener, I think 13 years. I can't keep track of that stuff like that. But our plant sale starts early in the year. In April, we have our digs around, which are from people in the area who want to give away their plants, thinning them out, or whatever. And this year we had five successful digs, and in excess of 400 plants we got. Probably, in excess of it. And they range from anywhere from like the first slide was rhubarb, lilies, irises, hostas, and a variety of other plants. Okay, and there's one of our hostas there. Quite a few of them. Go ahead, next slide.
Okay, this is just pricing.
Okay, then our next task is to arrange the plants in order by names and that, and start pricing them. Well, that's a dig, that's not the pricing. Okay, but we price the plants, spruce them up, and get them ready for to take out to the fairgrounds. Okay, and that's coming up the Thursday before the plant sale. Then on Friday of the plant sale, our first task is taking out our two large tents and erecting them at the fairgrounds. This usually takes maybe a half hour, 45 minutes, because we have quite a few people participating in it. After the tents erected, I don't believe we have a slide that shows the actual tents out, but we bring the plants out, arrange them in alphabetical order, and we're ready for the sale Saturday and Sunday.
Okay, this part is for Sharon, she's our flower
These are some of the,
expert.
some of the photos. I'm Sharon, I've been in Master Gardener for 25 years, and we have had a plant sale every year but COVID, which we were already getting ready for by the time, they closed things down, but we were disappointed, and the whole community was stuck inside for a while. So we have a lot of people, usually 8 to 10 at least, helping because they're coming in, they're not sure what they want. Do you want a shade? Do you want a vegetable? Do you want a rhubarb? We usually have strawberries. These are some little fairy baskets that we sometimes make. Here's our edibles with the strawberries, which I know we're gonna have strawberries and rhubarbs this year. What Charlie's talking about is the 400 plants that we have out there right now, just watering and caring, that we dug. Everybody at home has another whole stretch of plants that they're caring for. And I do wish the deer would not like to live in Tiffin, because not only are they coming and eating my plants around my yard, I got them in little pots now, and we're getting labels on them and that, they're eating them down in the pots. They're coming to the buffet, and I live 2 miles here from the center of Tiffin, not even that far. And I know everybody has these things. They love us in town because we provide good food, I guess, for them. Whatever. These are some of the lilies. Again, we went to a lily person in Oakford last year or the year before. He donated some of his fancy lilies, and he's getting older and retiring, and that's why a lot of people just have to downsize. And they're very thoughtful about wanting to share their plants, and they know that we get them out to the community and the county. I've had people from Toledo come down to our fair and, come and introduce themselves, and ask about some of the plants when I'm working. So we do try to, alphabetical is hard. As you understand, there might be 3 common names and 1 Latin name. Well, most of us don't know the Latin names, and the people don't either, so that doesn't help. And so we try to, like chrysanthemum, is it in the C's? Or do we shorten it to a mum and put it in the M's? So when we come up with those kind of decisions, we usually put a few both places. And then if somebody says, is this all the mums you have? And I said, well, go look in the C's, because that person wrote chrysanthemum on theirs. So it is we have signs, we have photos and signs, hopefully calling attention to what it will look like when it blooms, because most of our things are not blooming in May yet. Right here we have hens and chickens, and some little miniature plants or ground covers. And I see a fairy basket in the background there. So sometimes we have crafts that we go and range them in a little planter that somebody could just sit on a porch, and sometimes we're just in pots right from our home. They can go plant them wherever they want them. This is when we're working, and you can just see we have usually 2 at the pricing station, or at the checkout area. And then we go up and down. Of course, they need watered and they need cared for, and we're around trimming and perking them up all the two days that we're there. This is a group that probably was around closing when we had to take everything down. So we had a lot of people there to do that work. And we have a very good volunteer group that works at these.
That's all the slides we got there. This is our poster that we'll be posting around town and in some of the papers, so I'd like to thank you for letting us come here today again. And
Can we ask questions?
Sure.
Yes.
Because I want to. So, at my house, and just keep in mind, I worked for a landscape company in Columbus for 10 years ago. I have a lot of landscape runoff. So you're saying that you guys would come out and take some of my lilies, some of my irises, and some of those things and transplant them?
Yes.
It'd be nice if you had the color, if you knew the color.
I do. It may be something at some point in time, because I'll be honest with you, I throw a lot of them away. Because they get overgrown. I mean, especially
Particularly
irises.
if,
Irises really
like
roots
the
high
lily
on
guy,
surface,
he said some of his lilies he paid over $100 or $200 for to get the start.
You know,
And then, he's like you said, he's turning back to grass. because he just isn't physically able to care for all those beds anymore.
It doesn't take long where they all need to be split.
Right,
Couple of
and then,
years,
and if you
everything
split them, then you move to another flower bed, and then, eventually get overwhelmed, and you just can't take care of it all.
No. I
And so
think-
we're really not glad
what
when
you guys
people
do-
want to donate those good
Yeah.
plants for it to us.
I think what you guys are doing is great, because, there's things, I have so much that's the same, to go out to you guys' event to find some other things would be great.
I think I just heard Brent say he's gonna volunteer to come up when you guys do the design work around the Commissioner's building here to bring some lilies
I'm
up. That's good.
overwhelmed.
I've been up with the group, and you've noticed they've been doing some cleaning up right now. And I got a map, and what are fixed or perennial plants, I've been documented, and we have, again, it's a work in progress. We have got together and got some ideas, what we should do and shouldn't do. So if you have a preference to some things that you would like to have put in. And the other thing we've talked about, we always have some plants left over at the sale. And I know we're having some bulbs, because I'm personally bringing some bulbs. And I had talked to someone earlier about maybe, I didn't notice any spring color in here, about maybe getting some bulbs in this fall and some other things. So we have a map, and we're gonna document what we're putting in, and try to make it minimal care and lots of color.
That sounds great, yeah, I think that, we're gonna let you guys run with it, we're not gonna get in the weeds on that. We're gonna let you guys take care of that, all right, so that's,
Yeah, so it may not be perfect yet, just because we got so many things that we're in the process of doing. But we want to get it cleaned up, and then they're gonna go to Wagner's, and then we're gonna check out our plant sale and see what we have. What would be good up here, we'll just take and bring up here, and
Sounds great, thank you, yeah,
try to
appreciate that.
keep it nice for Tiffin, so it looks good when people are walking around.
Yep, excellent.
Thank you. Glad, we haven't seen any deer there yet.
Well, I'll tell them where to come. Whatever they're eating at my house, I'll bring up here for them. I can't believe it, because they walk down the middle of Mohawk and Circular Street,
Coast Street too.
Yeah, I mean, they're all over. And, people count like 15 just standing 10 feet away from them. They come up,
Heidelberg, oh, yeah.
They're everywhere.
they've come up that, I feed the little neighborhood cats and stuff for treats, and they know it. I have cats, and they come around. That's why, and the one was there on my deck, it's only like an 8-foot deck or something, coming for his evening thing, patting on the door like, here I am to get my treat. Right behind him came a deer and put his 2 front feet on my deck, and he turns around and hisses at the deer,
Oh, that's funny.
and the deer left. Like the deer says, come on, give me some of those,
Yep.
Steve, you
So
good?
they're definitely here.
Good?
Yeah, that's
So we I just have one more question for the
Oh.
public. So Press is here, Master Gardeners are here, Ohio State Extension. What's the relationship between, how do you work with them, and how's this kind of set up at a high level? We are growing to appreciate everything you guys do, but there's you help them and we help fund you, and so this is more for the public to understand, what the commissioners are committed to and how we're trying to help, not only invite you in and get the word out, but with anything else that we're doing. So is there a way you can explain that real quick?
Yeah, so the Master
So-
Gardener Program is
Yeah.
an arm of Ohio State University Extension.
Mhm.
And it's a volunteer program, so not all counties have a Master Gardener Program. We're very blessed in our county to have a very good-sized Master Gardener program
Yeah.
and a lot of very dedicated volunteers who continue our program for 26 years. 26?
It'll be coming
You're one
up.
of the
Yeah.
originals then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sharon, you're one of the originals.
No, there was one class before me.
Yeah. Okay, so it's a branch of the extension office.
Yep.
Not all counties have them.
Correct.
And then what's your role?
So my role is to kind of be their Ohio State Extension liaison almost, kind of their connection, to help them with anything they need on the Ohio State side, help train them, get them ready to then become great volunteers.
Because you work for Ohio State, you're
Yes.
part of the extension, and then the commissioners help fund your salary.
Yes.
So that's our contribution. It's all our, we all live in a county, so that's taxpayer money, use of taxpayer money, which is these kind of stories.
And we give out scholarships with the,
You give out the
with the-
scholarship.
with the
So it's
plants,
really
with plants
we're really
and money.
blessed with it, yeah, and it's a good thing. So I just want to get that out because every once in a while we have to every once in a while it comes up, do we need to be doing this? And so I'm just bringing this up, so it's in a positive fashion, I think.
Well, thank you.
Okay, anything else? We'll go-
Pictures?
move up. Kayla, you up for one?
Yeah, always.
Okay, get a little stretch in there. Good, come on up.
Yep, okay, come on up for pictures.
Thank you.
Presley, is this your third year?
Second.
Is this your second? Just like, I think it's like your 10th. You've been around for so long, you know.
Here, I'll get on the corner. You guys get in the middle.
Have your shining faces.
Look at this, hi.
Hi.
Welcome. Hi,
Do a
Brenda.
second row
Come on,
here.
Shorty, you have to be with me.
I know where I belong.
I always like the name tags too. That's really, that's kind of nice, yeah. Do we have room?
Yeah, Tommy, can you scoot in
I'm
just a
trying.
little?
Okay.
All right, ready? Roll 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Perfect. One more.
Thank you for doing that.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thanks
guys.
for coming in, I appreciate it.
Warming up, sun's coming out.
I hope it
Thank you.
doesn't so cold today.
Yeah.
I thought we were done with rain, because they were still
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks again.
I brought them back to my chair. Did you? Oh, I got all my stuff on my sunroof now. I've got table and waiting for the weather.
I don't care.
Okay, we're going to move on with commissioner reports. You're free to go, if you want to sneak out. We'll give you that opportunity. And we have kind of a light agenda, but, okay, go ahead, sneak out. Thanks for coming. We'll see you again.
See you later.
That's-
Thanks, Charles.
Oh, Presley's. Okay, I wasn't sure.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm gonna run my plants out there. Today's my first day of watering out there.
Commissioner reports, Commissioner Bustek.
Last Thursday, Commissioner Franker and I went out to the EPA air permit modification meeting, listened to a few people. It was a little light on the attendance, but we went out and listened to what was going on. And Friday had recovery task force, just normal things to talk about, things with pivot and everything. Things are coming along there. Saturday, I believe we all attended the 45th anniversary event at Church and Dwight. They had an event both at the distribution center in Fostoria and the facility there in Old Fort. We were all on different pages when you guys went, not when I went. Took a good long walk tour through the distribution center. I mean, it's a lot bigger in there than you know.
Yeah, it's,
They had great muffins at the end. I'm not gonna lie. I needed it after the walk. Then after that, they had their event at the production plant, and that was very nicely done.
Very nice.
Getting a chance to walk around through the facility if you've never been there. It's pretty big, and it's a pretty neat thing. I don't think you guys got to see their robotic dog that walked around the plant.
No, we
No, we
didn't.
didn't.
I think I said something to you, and you said you hadn't seen it.
Yeah.
They, basically, it's a robotic dog that goes around and then it checks temperature on all their bearings and stuff in the facility. It was pretty neat, getting to see that in operation, utilizing technology to help move things along. You know, if those bearings overheat, they get themselves some real problems in stopping production, so it was a nice event. Let's see what else. Attended Budget Commission, Board of Revisions, revolving loan meeting this morning. It's pretty close up to date. So,
Good week.
yeah.
okay, yep, following up, yeah, Brent, we mentioned he's over to Foster for the EPA meeting for the air monitoring. Saturday, Arm & Hammer, it's amazing, like Brent alluded to, the warehouse. So the warehouse equates into 10 acres underneath, roof there. You walk in, it's just amazing. I think they've got about every
It's pretty-
corner and everything utilized with all the different products that they come in there, stuff that's manufactured here, but also their other facilities is kind of for the
I
distribution.
didn't even
and
know
stuff
all
like
the
that.
stuff that they made. That was really nice, because you got to see the scope of the
Yep.
things that were all involved.
Definitely, yeah, it's amazing what all,
More than just
more than
baking
just
soda.
baking soda, and how baking soda is actually used in a lot of the different products, you know, from K-Litter to
Dialysis.
everything.
We
and
I didn't
ask
realize it was,
We should ask the gardeners about
I should have known that, but I didn't.
Yeah,
Yes, because somebody uses that in their garden, in their pots, baking soda or something, yeah. Keep going.
yep, so yeah, so it was, yeah, a great tour, and yeah, like I say, it's amazing, I think 340 roughly employees between both facilities here, and yeah, it's a great facility, clean facility, and yeah, they do a great job there, so that was definitely a nice tour that they presented for us, so. Tuesday, Jan and I, we worked the polls over in Green Springs, and that was actually one of the first polls that they've merged together with, worked in the Green Springs VFW, so Green Springs and Adams Township, they kind of merged the polls there together and stuff, and I think, you know, seeing how that really worked well together, that I think that, you know, hopefully the Board of Elections, we need to look at maybe some consolidation of polls. We had, at our polls for the election, we had 98 people there, you know, out of, you know, could have been up to 1,100 showed up there, so it's kind of a.
This would have been one election consolidation,
If-
would have been.
Yeah, definitely
Wouldn't
could have
know the
been,
difference.
yeah, definitely. I talked to Bryce,
It was
and the
light turn.
polls he worked, he had 30 people for the day, so I think, you know, as time goes on here, and especially since they've opened up, you know, the early elections and stuff on that I think that, you know, for budgetary and stuff on that, we can, you know, look at more poll consolidation and stuff on that. I think the Board of Elections is, you know, hopefully looking at reviewing that, so. And then Wednesday, yesterday, went down, Sheriff Stevens and I went down, we testified on House Bill 96, kind of for the budget for the Senate. Basically, some of the things the sheriff testified on was just the Medicaid part of it, that when somebody's incarcerated, that we are responsible for their medical well-being and stuff on that. So if they can get it tucked in with the Medicaid, that would save, you know, us from, you know, having significant cost, you know. And that's a cost that you never know what's gonna happen, because, you know, the sheriff always puts it in, but it seems like it, you know, it never goes down, it keeps increasing on that, so, you know, he testified on that, and then also for the, basically the jails, they've got funding or grants available for new jails, but also we can't forget about, you know, maintaining our jails and stuff. You know, we've just spent 1.7 million out of our budget to help with heating, HVAC stuff in it, so, you know, grants, you know, hopefully utilize some of that for more, you know, maintaining the jails so we can keep them, so we don't have to build new ones and stuff with it, so, among that, and CCAO was there, County Commissioner Association of Ohio, kind of testified in support of that, and I testified on also that, along with support of House Bill 222 and Senate Bill 147, the solid waste, you know, get it tucked into the budget there also for an option, so. And then also talked about the EMS, since we haven't been classified as essential yet, and try to get some Medicaid reimbursement we're supposed to be getting, and again, we haven't received that yet, so hopefully we can get that, you know, move along too with it. So that's kind of what we were down and testified on that yesterday.
We're not
So-
gonna stop either till we get it.
Right, exactly. So, and then this morning's at WTTF, this week is National Correction Officer Week, so I had a couple correction officers from the Sheriff's Department come in, and I tell you, it's amazing that, you know, you think about the Sheriff's Department, how, you know, we talk about, you know, factories and all that stuff. I mean, there's you know, the sheriff, and I mean, it's a 24/7, 365, you know, and all the different inside the sheriff. You think of them just, you know, patrolling, but there's so much goes on inside with the jail and corrections and dispatching, and it's quite a you know, things going on out there. So yeah, I appreciate all the you know, all the law enforcement stuff with it. So that brings us up to today.
Good. Just a few things for me. Went to Eden Township, attended the open house, which really want to thank the administration out there and everybody. It was first class. All the people were nice. I mean, I remember I walked in Foster. Hi, I'm Donald. Welcome to. And everywhere you went, everybody was just so nice. But Went to Eaton Township Monday night, it was good. Gave them an EMS update, we talked about, answered some questions, and, you know, that was very positive. We are servicing Eaton Township now full-time, and just wanted to communicate. Tuesday, I testified in Columbus, was down there all day, as a proponent for Senate Bill 147 and HB 222. And I wanted to share a quick little story. I'm going to pick on Mr. Brideball in the back. So I prepared my 4-page testimony. You have to send it down in advance. I was speaking at the committee hearing, and I was kind of preparing, and the topic was fees. So we're talking about various landfill fees. You know, there's solid waste, and then there's construction debris, and then there's this fee, and then there's that fee, and then this fee gets broke down. It's really complicated. So I'm speaking to a room at 13. I'm looking at Mr. Brideball at the back. I started thinking about this. So I introduced myself, and then I paused. I'm looking at Mr. Brideball. You guys don't know this. I said, I'd like to share a story with you. I'm talking to the committee. The room is packed, standing room only. We have a gentleman that's been coming to our meetings for over 20 years. His name's Tom Brideball. And you can go back and play the tape, because I've been there. And he said to me early in my career, came up to me, he says, I like you because you ask a lot of questions. And I said to myself, you know, am I asking questions because I'm dumb, or am I asking questions because I just don't understand it? I'm trying to get informed so I can make a decision. And that's the latter, I think. So I said to the people in the committee, this stuff's complicated, and it's okay to ask questions. And I'm going to just assume that it took me, I've been working on this a long time, and I'm just, sometimes it just sinks in, you know, a while. So I'd like to just break this down for you, and it broke the ice, Mr. Brideball. Everybody relaxed, and I went real slow, and I explained the fees, and they thanked me for doing that, because it's really what I was trying to get across in my hearing. So you helped me set the tone of the meeting, and it was just kind of neat, really. And my son was there. He stopped in. He said, "Dad, that was great." You know. And so I just wanted to let you know that. So that went real well, and then we had a bunch of other things. But that, as you understand, a day in Columbus is pretty much takes your whole day getting ready and going down. So it's good. We're moving forward. We're just trying to advocate for our county and for our Board of Health so that they can get some fees, some more income to help us oversight. You know, that's really what this is all about. It's down to that. So I really don't have anything else. Do you guys have anything? We'll go to County Administrative Report. Thank you.
I have some financial information for you. For the month of April, the revenue was almost $2.4 million that we collected. We are trending higher than what is anticipated by about 12%. So that's, I mean,
For the year?
for the year.
Because my math on the 3 or 4 things I looked at was like 4%.
Right, and that's,
So we must be up to everything.
Yes, it looks like we're up on a lot of things
Yeah,
through the
okay, good.
report. And then on the expense side for the month of April, we expended just over almost $2.6 million, which is a little higher than what the trend should be. But I believe when I look back at some of this, some of it is still expenses that were carried over and paid in January that were paid for with 24 money, but don't get expended until 25. So it kind of skews the numbers a little bit. But I believe that we're trending the right
So in total,
direction.
after 4 months, you add it all up. April was higher than it, but when you add the 4 up, are we a little higher than budget on expenses?
On expenses, yeah, a little bit.
Not 12%, we're 12% higher in revenue.
Yeah, so it's just depending on what grants we've gotten as to, because that money then gets
That's
expended
government.
this year too, so. So, but it looks normal to me. There doesn't seem to be like anything that's out of the ordinary. But
Okay.
I can do a deeper dive, if there's anything that you guys have
Maybe
any
6
question.
months, after
Yeah.
6 months, give us an update, give
Yeah.
everybody an update.
So, but that's, the financial side of it seems to be pretty good. I do have a invitation, I know it's kind of late, but it's for RCR Technology. They are doing an open house tomorrow from 4 to 8. They are opening, they have restored and remodeled a historical building downtown Findlay that they use for their facility. But yes, I just received this, so it is tomorrow from 4 to 8.
Do you have the address?
I can give it to you, yeah.
I
can
might
give
be
it to
able to
you.
make that.
That'd be good.
So they are our new MSP provider for our IT, so, but I just got that,
My
so.
daughter pole vaults in Finland tomorrow. So I
Maybe
might be able to
do both.
swing both, yeah.
And then just a couple of progress updates. The jail virtual attorney visitation room has been started. The contractor's been out there working. Had our first progress meeting on Tuesday with the architect and the contractor. Things seem to be moving along. The goal is to have this complete by mid-July. The sheriff, I updated the sheriff with the information that I had as well, so, you know, as long as the rain stops, we might be able to continue moving on with that.
But I think it's a hard September 1st deadline for this.
Yes,
Yes.
so we are,
For the grant,
and the
yeah.
contractor has been made aware that we need to have this complete,
'Cause that bid
relatively
went out,
quick.
I think November, December is when we accepted. and
Correct.
Winter stuff, so yeah.
Correct,
so.
yep. So, and they are moving along. He says they should be on schedule to be complete by mid-July. So that helps a lot.
We got a little room.
We've had some issues with some parking lot lighting out at Job and Family Services. I believe it was Franker Electric came out and started on that. They just have to put some caps on, and we have some additional lighting out in the parking lot for Job and Family Services out there now. So I know we had talked about that a while ago. So they were waiting on I believe, some caps to put on, and then that will be complete out there. Also, on JFS front, Kathy Oliver sent me some awards that were received for the SNAP department, which is the Food Assistance Program. They received a top performer in application ratios, and the other one is for renewal ratios, top performer. So just wanted to bring that to your attention, that they're doing the work out there to get that provided.
It's very good.
And then on the IT front, we hired a technician to work with the law enforcement ProPhoenix software out there. The gentleman was selected, and he has accepted the position. He will start May 20th out at the sheriff's office. So just trying to iron out exactly how this is all going to work out. He'll be stationed out at the sheriff's office, and he will be doing the software technical things out there for the software for the county and the two cities, Tiffin and Fostoria. So just that's kind
Good
of.
troubleshooting.
Oh, that's the word I was looking for. Thank you.
I know what you're looking for.
So that's all I have.
Barb, how are we coming on maintenance positions?
I have interviews scheduled for tomorrow. So hopefully by the end of day tomorrow, we'll have a decision on who we would select and put that offer out to them. So hopefully by the end of the month, maybe we can have somebody in place for that as well.
Okay, any old business? Okay, hearing none. New business, sub apps. Back to you, Barb.
A couple for general fund. I have contract services in the amount of $15,000. This is for our MSP to put our purchase order in place for the remainder of the year. It's just additional money that we need. Then also out of general fund for training in the amount of $430. This is for tax maps continuing education for their land records conference. And then general fund travel and expenses of $700. This is for the recorder's office for a conference for the Ohio Recorders Association for Mike Dell's continuing education. He's required to have 8 hours per year of continuing education. Then I have maintenance and repair fund for their contract projects fund, $600,000. This is for upcoming projects. And then the County Township Road Reconstruction Grant Fund for the contract projects line of $1,487,323.87. This is for the countywide repaving project. And then the foster care donations fund for foster care other expenses in the amount of $40,000. This is to cover expenses for children in foster care but not 4D eligible. It includes like beds, dressers, clothing, personal items, car seats that are in the foster care system.
Okay, I'll make a motion, we approve the supplemental appropriations as read.
Second. I'll second.
Okay, we have first and second, just a little discussion. So, when we approved the budget, we took out travel.
Correct.
So, you'll see as the year progresses, if a department requests travel, they have to then come to us, it's above and beyond their budget and ask for it. So that's what's happening here,
Yes.
right?
Mhm.
So when we did our budget, Barb, the commissioners, we froze travel for the year. Tried to balance the budget. We weren't sure how things were gonna go. We're having a pretty decent year, so as travel's needed, they have to
Right.
ask for it, and then we take that consideration as we act on it, right?
Yeah.
And so I think the process is working.
I
We
think it
have-
is.
Nobody's not traveling that
Correct.
needs to travel, right? If you have to go to a conference or you just ask for it, we approve it.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So it's not a bad thing. It's a little extra step for the elected, for their departments, because once they have the budget in there, they don't have to come to us and fill out all this paperwork. But we didn't do this to make them do that. It's just, but we're pleased, I think, the way I look at it, this is a good thing. We're able to grant the travel.
Right. Mhm.
And we have the funds to do it when we weren't sure we didn't. That's why-
Well, and it also gives you an idea of
What
what the
they're doing.
departments are doing, what travel they're
Right.
asking for, where they're going.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah,
so
go
I got
ahead.
another question.
Go ahead, yeah, no, we're still in
So,
discussion. Yeah.
so the foster care, is that still within of their budget, or is this above what their budget was for '25?
This is an addition to, and I believe, I was trying to think if,
Good question.
this is above and beyond, but this is money that they get from the state, so they received the money, but they have to ask for the additional appropriation for the expense side of it. So the money has been receipted as a revenue.
Okay.
So they have the money, we're just now making it an expense so they can spend
Pass
it.
through them, basically.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, I just want to make sure there wasn't.
Good,
No, I'm glad you asked that.
okay. Anything else?
And then
No,
the
one more.
600,000 on, so, I mean, what's that, just?
I'm thinking, when I read through this, I believe this has to do with any of the projects that the engineer is doing, bridges, some roads. I think this is actually for the bridge side of his department.
Okay.
And they do have an upcoming bid that will be opening for a bridge repair.
Okay, so this is underneath the maintenance repairs underneath the engineer.
Engineer,
Okay,
correct,
You
yes.
said I didn't hear that.
No, yeah, it's not for our maintenance department.
Not for our
It
maintenance, right,
is
yeah.
for the engineer's
Right,
office.
right, I
That's
thought-
1020.
Yes, 1020 is
That's what I thought,
maintenance.
because I was.
Or the engineer, sorry, yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah, it's a good question. I thought it was engineer.
Yeah, and I missed that when I wrote down, I just know and don't think about it and.
Right, just so, right,
So
'cause
for
they don't
us,
want to see
it's
gold plated doors and stuff.
No, that's not happening,
Right.
that's not happening.
Well, having had some good discussion, we're ready for vote.
Commissioner Bustecker,
Yes.
Commissioner Frankert,
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso.
Yes. Next.
Okay, I have a few resolutions. Resolution adopting the revised compensation plan for the Seneca County Department of Job and Family Services non-bargaining unit employees.
So moved.
Second.
Go ahead. Roll call, we're good. Roll call?
Commissioner Bustecker?
Yes.
Commissioner Franker?
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso?
Yes, this is what we talked about in executive session, and we're just acting on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Resolution authorizing the Seneca County Board of Commissioners to enter into an agreement or contract with the Seneca County Commissioners Association of Ohio Service Corporation for the usage of the Consolidated Lead Evaluation and Reporting Database, or CLEAR, for location services on behalf of the Seneca County Department of Job and Family Services.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, I can give you a little bit of information.
Please.
Because it's a lot of information that I was like, I don't have any idea what.
I haven't heard this. You haven't- this is a new one.
This is, the contract is for clear usage by the Agency for Location Services for non-custodial parents for child support, and is a continuation of current services. So they currently
Don't
do
remember
this.
it wonder how often it comes up.
This is a 2-year contract,
Yeah, I
beginning June 1st and ending May 31st of 2027.
Okay, any other discussion? Okay,
Commissioner Bustecker?
Yes.
Commissioner Franker?
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso?
yes.
Resolution approving the memorandum of understanding between the Seneca County Department of Job and Family Services and Ashme Ohio Council 8, Local 1685. This is for Job and Family Services. It is an incentive program for the children's service workers, and it is funded from the state, and if the funding is reduced or eliminated, this will be eliminated as well.
Okay, follow the money.
So
Any-
move.
Second.
Okay, first and second, you get it?
Yep.
Okay, roll call?
Commissioner Bustecker?
Yes.
Commissioner Franker?
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso?
Yes.
Resolution authorizing the Seneca County Board of County Commissioners to accept the bid for the 2025 LPA pavement resurfacing project.
So move.
Second.
Okay, roll call?
Commissioner Bustecker?
Yes.
Commissioner Franker?
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso?
Yes.
Last resolution I have is resolution amending resolution 25-86, setting date, time, and place to receive sealed bids for the 2025 chip seal project. This was changed, will be changed to bids being accepted at the Commissioner's office on May 29th instead of May 22nd at 10 a.m. here at the Commissioner's office, since our meeting will be moved on May 22nd.
Okay, so moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Commissioner Bustecker?
Yes.
Commissioner Franker?
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso?
Yes.
Okay, so before we go to public comment, can you just update us on the calendar,
Yep.
including that last statement? you
Yep.
made?
So, there are a few changes for meeting times and places coming up. Specifically, May 22nd, we will not hold a 10 o'clock meeting. It will be a 7 p.m. meeting at the Bloomville Station EMS on 224. That will be a 7 p.m. meeting. That is EMS week, so we want to kind of show off our EMS station and support our EMS.
So this is not unprecedented. We've had off-site meetings before. It's the first one we've had in a while, Commish, but, yeah, so we'll be out there on 224 at night. The other advantage of having it at 7 o'clock is citizens, other people can come to the meeting, and we hope that's the case. So we're gonna try to, actually, the chamber, Bryce and Marissa are gonna help get the word out for that. And we hope to have a bigger crowd, and also, like you say, recognize
Yep.
EMS. Good. Anything else? That's good for now?
That's good for now.
Okay, next week, same time?
Same time,
Here.
10 o'clock.
Okay. Any other
No. Good.
information, any public comment?
I do.
We don't know if you're public comment or you're
We're happy to have the Ohio State Extension
here today. Yeah.
Um,
Welcome.
Thank you. Super quick, just kind of to update you guys on some of the things I'm going to be working on this coming summer and season. I'm putting out traps currently, monitoring slug activity in soybean fields, specifically looking at fields that are not treated with insecticides so we can see the true slug numbers. We're also looking at what type of slugs and at what life stages they are when we're finding them in correlation to the calendar dates. And we're also looking at roly-poly counts. I'm also putting out traps for squash vine borer and codling moth, and looking at a couple other traps to put out just for different insects for a lot of our fruit and veggie farmers, backyard growers in the area as well. I'll be doing a lot of soil testing again, looking at the soybean cyst nematodes. And then the last thing is we are collecting waterfall data out of all the townships. And all the information from the waterfall data and my trapping data is going to be on my website. You can access it through the Seneca County Extension website, or the link to it is u.osu.edu/Seneca County ANR. So that's where all that data will be. If anyone or you know anyone that lives in Pleasant Township, I still need a rainfall reporter for that township. But all the other ones are covered, and the April report will be coming out shortly.
Good. Yeah, because I do it for Adams, so yeah.
Mhm.
And then
Do you-
if you need some fields and stuff, come on out. We'll have some veggies and some beans and
Great.
stuff on that one-stop shop for you.
Perfect.
Do you mainly do like your testing that
Call
you're
it every
doing
day.
with just soybean fields, or do you do all fields?
Send it once a month.
All. There's a lot of different things that we can look at. The soil testing, we can do soil testing to look at like soil fertility and soil contaminants and things, fertilization and things like that. And we use a lab in Indiana to kind of look through those, and then I'll give whoever's asking the recommendations. We do it for lawns, gardens, farmers. And then the soybean cyst nematode test is something that OSU, the university, does with some money to look at how they're progressing through the state of Ohio, and then how we can kind of combat that to help get our soybean fields to prosper a little more.
Yeah, exactly.
Looks like I'm out. He talked me into it.
Perfect.
Okay, good, so I'll get with you.
Anything else?
Great, thank you.
Thank
Are
you.
we good?
Yep, I'm good. I don't have anything else.
Okay, thank you for coming, and Mr. Breinbaugh, thank you for your
Let
words
me
of
add
wisdom.
something.
Yes, yes,
Years ago, when I worked at the National,
yes.
occasionally we have meetings. It might be 20 people, or it could be the president with the whole shop. And usually from the peanut gallery, somebody would ask a question. And numerous times I remember thinking to myself, oh, I'm glad he asked that. I didn't know that, or something like that. Because it helps.
It does, and you sit there when they ask the question, you're like, you didn't know it, and you act like you did, you know.
Yeah.
Glad you asked that question.
Yeah.
Surely you know, I mean, but that's life, yeah.
And people, including myself, are afraid to ask questions.
Yeah.
You don't want to sound stupid. But we fit into that anyhow.
I think in fairness to public office, if you think about some state representatives, a lot of them swore in January 1st, you know, and they might have just had a job at, they didn't come from government. Now they're a state rep. They go down there and they get put on this committee. And I know, him coming on 6 years in here, I'm still learning stuff. And you read all these Ohio Revised Codes, and you try to get all this history, and you're put in a position, you have to make you have to vote on something.
Yeah.
You know, and so you say to yourself, hey, I'm gonna try to research and get informed, and you listen to your leadership and your caucus, and you try to, you know, but when you're trying to explain something to them, you just have, you know, so I took your advice, and And Kayla, you can admit this, somebody told me when you write an article, you have to write it at a third, fourth, fifth grade level. So when the general person reads it, they can understand it. So I've tried to do that, and that's why I bring up a lot of things, and it helps me out, because I'm probably at a third grade level. But, so thank you, yeah, it was good. It worked. I did it at the last minute, walking in.
Yeah, thank you.
So, okay, we'll see you next week. Meeting adjourned.